Hello and welcome to my kitchen. I'm Judith. And I know I've done stews before. Many of them were rather exotic, like Moroccan dishes and Mediterranean dishes. Although I have done the quintessential steak and kidney pie. Today, we're going to Ireland. We're going to make Irish stew, which is a little different. It's not as saucy. It's a lot drier. And I have some Guinness for it, which is an essential ingredient. So we've got parsley, thyme, beef, turnips, carrots, potatoes, onions, celery, and we're all ready to start. Let me start chopping stuff up and we'll get going. Unlike most stews, where you actually coat your meat in flour, we're not doing that here. We're using just salt and pepper. We're going to give the meat a good seasoning with salt and pepper. Oopsie, they're getting away. Not to worry about, the cat will eat it. Make sure you don't have any chunks that are super big. And just make sure everything is coated. I'm going to heat our pan up to good, like medium, low medium, whatever it takes in your stove to brown your meat, because then we're going to brown it. And if you have to do it in batches, do it in batches. You don't want to stew it, you want it browned. Okay, when your pan is hot, add your vegetable oil. In my case, I use avocado oil, but whatever vegetable oil of your choice. I would avoid olive oil for this because olive oil tends to have a strong flavor. And you do want at least a tablespoon, closer to 2 tablespoons. Give that a minute to get hot. Put our beef pieces in and spread them out. As I said, you're going to have to do this in batches. I have 1.5 pounds of really nice beef stew. Let those brown. As those brown, we will turn them so that all sides get brown, and then remove them from the pan and add the next batch. So as your beef browns, just come in and turn it over. It's no good having one side brown. You need to get everything browned. Don't worry too much about getting all the little corners and nooks and crannies done. Just get the main sides. And these little tiny pieces like that, not really a big issue. And if they don't turn over willingly, also not a big issue. Just brown, the better we get it browned, the more flavor we get. Don't try to rush it. If you try to put too much in the pan at the same time, you're just going to end up with the beef juices releasing and stewing everything, and it won't brown. Now that all our beef has been browned, I'll remove it from the pan. Just the last little bit. We've got a lot of lovely beef juice in there. I'm going to let the pan heat back up. And add just a little more oil. Only about 1/2 tablespoon. And in go the onions. That's 1 yellow onion chopped. Probably about 2 cups. A couple of stalks of celery chopped. And the onion is chopped large, and so is the celery, because everything in this is fairly chunky. This is not a minced stew. So I'm going to let this cook for a bit, and then we'll be back. Okay, give your vegetables time to soften. Might take as long as 10 minutes, depending on the heat of your pan. And these are smelling wonderful. Back there we can see. Oh. So now we're going to add our garlic. That's about 4 cloves. If you like more garlic, add more. Some thyme, 2 teaspoons. And that's fresh thyme. If you're using dry, you want to use less because it is stronger. I'm going to add a little bit of pepper in there. And definitely ground, freshly ground pepper rather than powdered. And a touch of salt. Just a pinch, not a lot. Now we want to stir that well and add 2 tablespoons of flour. And give that a good stir. We're going to let it cook for a minute. Let the flour cook, because there's nothing worse than uncooked flour in your finished dish. So let's give that a minute. Now this doesn't take long, just like a minute or so. Then we want some tomato paste, and I like Italian style in the tube. We only want about half a tablespoon. That was probably a tablespoon. Not going to hurt it if you get too much in. And we're going to add, and I've been waiting for this, time to add the Guinness. Oh. So I want about a half a cup of Guinness. Maybe a little more. And half a cup of beef broth. There we go. So, this is going to be good. Oh, been waiting for that. Now, I have a conundrum. I wanted to do it in my beautiful glass casserole. I don't think it's not going to fit. So, the beef goes back in. And this is where we start baking. You do need your oven. Cover and put it in a 350-degree oven for 1 hour. So we've given that half an hour in the oven. Now, if you're using a tougher cut of meat, you will want to give it longer, up to an hour. And now we're going to stir in our turnips, carrots, and potatoes. All cubed to about half an inch. All cubed to about an inch. Give it a good stir around. And you need these to hang on to that. And yes, this is not really saucy. It is a much drier stew than most North American stews. I'll taste it. So, lid back on, and back in the oven it goes. For another hour and 20 minutes, or until the vegetables are... Once your vegetables and beef are tender, take it out of the oven and stir in a couple of tablespoons of chopped parsley. Oh, that looks wonderful. Let's have a little taste to make sure the seasoning is right. And not to mention, just because I can't resist trying some now. There we go. Hot, 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 hot. It's lovely. If anyone wants more salt or pepper, they can add that at the table. So we have Irish stew. As I said, it is a lot drier than most stews you'll find in the colonies. And actually, so delicious. And a little bit of Guinness to go with. This is delicious. This is not a quick cook, so remember, you need to start it early because it will take up to 4 hours. A little less if you're using a tenderer cut of meat. Sorry, I can't stop eating. It's so good. Thank you so much for watching. I will put a link to my steak and kidney pie recipe. If you've made it this far, please give it a like. Subscribe, hit the bell icon, and you'll get notified when I put up a new video. We'll see you again soon with another recipe. Thank you so much for watching.